Good morning everyone, this is Melanie and this is my family. And now we're going to Auckland and to buy some beehive stuff. How many beehive, hun?
We need 80 frames and 5 new boxes.
Right.
So we need lots of honey.
We're gonna have some money. Honey and money.
Okay, I'm here at Sylvia Park and I need to find a BNZ. Oh, here we go. Perfect. It's a BNZ here because I need the money to buy the beehives. Melanie and William are just waiting for McDonald's and I'm not far from them, so that's cool. Okay, I'm back with Melanie now. Natalia's trying to eat ice cream from a cone for the first time and that's quite funny. Oh, she likes her chips.
I'm still feeding Ivana.
Yeah, and Ivana's hiding under the blanket there. So Mum's multitasking. She's feeding herself, feeding Natalia, and feeding Ivana at the same time. So it's lots going on. And here's William. Enjoying his Big Mac. Good quality food. Yeah. Well, we're going to be here for a little while. And then we're going to go and get the beehives. Because we've got the money. And I'm going to leave William here so he can get lost and go and chat up all the females, I guess, do some shopping. We'll be back later. Okay, it's now 5 o'clock and we're heading home. We just picked up William from Sylvia Park. Melanie's got a bit of a headache. She's a bit dizzy because where we had to get the beehives from, it was around a windy road and we got lost, so it wasn't good. So she's a bit tired now. Natalia's been alright, Ivana's just gone back to sleep, and William done a bit of shopping in Sylvia Park, so he's happy. And we're on our way home. I didn't get to show you what I bought from the beekeeper because we're just too busy talking really, but I'll show you when I get home and we'll see if we can make up those boxes tomorrow. See ya. How's it going? So yesterday we went over to Auckland to get some boxes and here they are, and some frames. And these are the frames here. And I'm going to have a go at putting them together today. Got full depth frames and full depth boxes. Now you're supposed to, well, all the YouTube videos I've seen say that you're supposed to nail them, but I couldn't find any of the nails the right size, nails small enough, so I've got some yellow zinc square Surefast screws here, and these 6 gram by 25 mils, which is what the nails I was wanting to get were supposed to be. But I think because if I put screws in, they're going to be able to hold the frames more stronger, so that when I try to lift them up, they're not going to pop off as easily because the screws will hold that bottom part. And as well as that, I've also got some of the glue, Aqua Hair PVA glue, so I'm going to use that. And well, from my limited experience building things, it's the glue that holds the wood together, not the screws. The screws just hold the wood together while the glue sets. So I'm hoping that works in this case, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, just one last thing, to melt the wax foundation onto the wires, I bought one of these just now. It was $55, and I was going to use my car and use a jumper lead and try and jump it off my car, but I'm a bit nervous about that because I know there's a lot of electronics in my car and I'd hate to short something out with that. So I know this has probably got a fuse in it as well and wouldn't want to be shorted, but I think it's worth the risk. So I'm going to try that and I'll show you what happens with that later.
This one here.
Just running a bit of PVA down these. This is the last box we're doing. And they tell me, well, what I learned when I was at school was the PVA is very strong, but only when the two surfaces are actually touching. And quite often people put too much PVA glue between the surfaces and that means it's not as effective. So that's what I'm thinking when I'm doing this, and hopefully it works.
This one here. Yeah. There you go. Slowly.
Thank you, Anne.
Make sure it's really
Flush.
looks good though.
Yeah, these are the premium boxes. They were $28 each, but I think it's worth it.
So it's better to make it than buying the whole thing.
Oh yeah. Just takes a little bit of time. And if you've got the pilot holes drilled, it's fairly easy to get it straight.
Here we go.
Yep. Squeeze it in there.
Maybe at the end.
There's one more here. This one.
So
And I'll just turn that over. Right.
we're almost done, eh?
Yep, it's good now. Good.
Is the frame really hard to do? Like,
What do you mean, like the wires?
yeah.
Before, but it looks pretty easy. I thought I'd just better explain where I'm up to with the boxes and frames that we bought in Auckland. And you saw the last couple of clips was Melanie and I making the boxes and frames yesterday. And so now it's a new day and it's time to put some wire in. So I've had a bit of a go at it last night and I didn't know how to do it, so I just looked up on YouTube and I saw a few different examples and I've just tried to learn from there. So I'll just share the way I'm doing it. I've got this piece of wood here I found yesterday, and it's just quite good to nail into to hold the frames in place. And a little tip that I saw that's been quite useful is when you're nailing in the little nails to attach the wire to, it can rock. This thing can rock because it's a bit skinnier here. So just putting a piece of wood underneath helps hold it flat so you can really nail into it. So I don't have a proper jig or anything, just a piece of wood, and I didn't know how to really even set it up. But just as if you have a go, you'll find out what you need to do. So the first thing I found out was that this thing here would really tangle up, and the wire all comes over the top like that, and it ends up being in a huge mess. And you get quite good at untangling those sorts of things if you've done any sort of fishing. But I put a piece of wood over it here to keep the wire down, and I've just got a screw, just put a little screw in the bottom there. I'm just giving some tips really, just so you don't have to, if you don't want to make the same mistakes I made. And then, so all I've done then is I'll grab a little nail, just a little nail like that, and my hammer, and I'm just going to put the nail just a little bit above the hole. I guess not directly over the hole, because then the nail might go through into it and it might hit the wire. So just a little bit over the hole here. Actually, I'll put a piece of wood back in. Where did I put that in there? Need this. Like that. So that goes over here. And I don't put it in too far, like at the start I was putting them in too far and it made it a bit hard to twist the wire around. Tap it in and leave a bit out, and then grab the wire and feed it through the holes. Now when you pull it through here, it's good to pull a bit extra, so you can go through and then back again without having to get more from the reel. And this part's always a bit of a nuisance, it really tangles, but you do a bit of ninja hands and you can figure it out. Back through, just do this as quickly as I can, and then back through again. There we go. And I've got a little nail here, so when I'm pulling the wire through, the frame was slipping this way. So just by putting a nail on this side and another nail on that side, holds it still. And then I just bring it up here and wrap it around this nail, about 3 times, sort of 2.5, 3 times. Nip it off with some side cutters, as short as you can, and then whack it in. Then what I do is I pull the wire back through the top on the second one, and then most of the third. And now that's sort of the time consuming part, and I think the hard part is pulling it tight. So I've actually, if you can get down and look in here, it's quite worked out quite well, because when I pull it, it wants to raise up, but by having that nog there, it stops it. So now what I do is you've got to grab the wire, and I don't have any fancy round nose pliers or anything and this ends up cutting the wire, unfortunately, but it's all I could find. But it actually seems to work quite well. So I just grab the wire with it, clip it in, and then pull this wire, but as I do it, I give this one, I tweak that second wire, and you can see, get quite tight, and then once I've done that part, I put my hand up behind and tweak the other one, pull it up and wrap it around, and then I usually bring it back here, just give it a couple more wraps. It always breaks the wire, but it sort of breaks it at the right time, so it's not too bad. Cut that one off and whack it in, and that is the finished thing. And I don't know why I tweak it, but I think I remember when I was doing some beekeeping is that these are supposed to be the same tension for some reason. I can't remember what it was, but I'm struggling with that because I don't have the eyelets, and in hindsight I think it would have been probably worth getting eyelets so the tension would be able to be the same, but that's it. So these are the 5 premium boxes we bought from Kiwi Mana, and it's got 50 frames in there, and I still have to buy all of these. I'll do this later. And I've done 3 boxes here, which these are the existing boxes that I've had, and I'm quite keen to get these on the hives because I think that they're probably going to need them soon. And so what buying these new frames, the reason why I bought these new frames is because I've actually got a whole lot of these, and I put them in last year and they really didn't want to draw them out. You know, they've just sort of started, and they're not doing all of the frames, you know, like, and I know that there's different reasons why that would be. Maybe they weren't strong enough, put them on too late, I'm not sure, but I actually want to try with the wax foundations this time to see if they draw them out more easily.